Parlor Talk, the conversation behind the hair. We're going to do the hair flip today. We are back with an amazing guest today.
Amazing?
Amazing.
Where'd you get that from?
I would say
Is that like the word of the day?
Yeah,
spectacular.
It's
Is
always
that like the word of the day?
It is the word of the day.
Well, how about if I tell you that I'm surrounded by two beautiful women? Three beautiful women.
Ooh,
Thank you.
There's one on the outside that we can't get to yet.
And she's the special one that counts.
Oh, she's special, okay.
Yeah.
Welcome, guys. This is Parlor Talk. I'm Dee Dominguez. Today's episode, I guarantee you, is going to be bomb. Because I have had the pleasure of having a conversation with this man before, and it was interesting to say the least.
And who would that be?
We had him on when we did Slow Down.
Oh, that's right. We talked to Slow Down.
Yeah.
We did
Talked
talk
to
to
Slow
Slow Down. In
Down.
that little hallway.
Yeah.
That little closet.
Yeah.
That was interesting. I thought you guys, when you brought me in there, I was like, I don't know
What
if
are
I
we
want to go.
doing?
Yeah,
What
like
are we
whatever.
doing?
Lisa, come with me, please. I'm afraid to go by myself. I don't feel safe here.
We wasn't going to do nothing.
I don't know.
to
Two
you.
beautiful women come outside and grab you and pull you into the back into a closet. I don't know. In my life, stuff happens.
I mean,
in my life,
okay,
shit happens
I
when that
get
happens.
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get
All right,
that.
but I'm taking,
get
so that's the way it goes. I
get
can't
it.
do nothing, but it's still two beautiful women drag me in the closet somewhere. That's all I could say.
At least we let you come out of the closet.
You did. I've been out of the closet a long time. I never even went in that closet. I don't believe in that stuff. You just come out and say the way you are and be who you are. It's easier.
Yeah.
Then nobody has to figure out what you're thinking because they already know what you're thinking.
Absolutely. How about you tell the camera, you tell our audience your name and like who you are. Just
So
okay, so look into that camera right there. Okay, so my name is Bob Lanzeri. I was born in Brooklyn, New York. I lived in Staten Island, New York for 28 years, moved to Bricktown, New Jersey. I used to own an auto repair and used car dealership in New Jersey. And that's what I did my first half of my life. Plus, I was a noodle chef in a Japanese restaurant. I owned a vitamin business. I owned a food truck. I owned a trucking company. I worked in warehousing. And a few other, I did a lot of 70s and 80s furniture sales. I was into retro, mid-century, at a big eBay business. That's what I did. Nice. Before my last venture which is now I own John Michael's Jewelry here in Cape Coral, Florida.
How long have you guys been open?
So John Michael's itself is a 37-year company. I bought it 4 years ago. John, the previous owner, had passed away from cancer. His family was running it. There was an opportunity to buy it. I didn't want retail. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to tell you the truth, and this is between us. I did not.
us and our audience.
It's between us. I did not want to buy this place. I had no interest in buying this place. I had no interest in owning a retail business. I don't like red tape. I don't like the government. I don't like what they do to people and how they take advantage of small business. And as a small business in a big business world, if you're not just as aggressive and as wolf-like as everybody else, you don't seem to make it. But that's not my thing. So I didn't want to do that because, competition is one thing, but there's enough business, there's enough food for everybody if everybody's willing to just give a little bit.
Yep.
And a lot of people are not willing to give anything because they want everything. Well, how about this? A piece of the pie is better than none of the pie. So I prefer a piece of the pie.
Absolutely. I agree with you. What made you get into, you say you almost didn't buy it, but did you know about jewelry before you bought the store?
I did a lot of, before I bought the store, I had a long run where I did a eBay business, I did online business, and I did a lot of flea market business. And I would buy jewelry at different various places and started learning about it and started looking it up and started seeing, how come in the 1920s they used, a lot of the gold tarnished? And the reason was because in 1920, to cut the gold from the carat cents down, because gold comes out of the ground pure, 999, and to make carat weight, which is a percentage of gold in the item. So let's say 14 karat gold is 585 is the assay number, because it's 58.5% gold. The rest of it is alloy. So you learn. That's how you. So I learned, and I'm one of these people that I go down the rabbit hole. So I look up something. I look at it, I say, well, that's interesting, but let me see what this is, and then let me see what that, and before you know it, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm still researching. So I did a lot of that, and I always enjoy jewelry. If you can look at pictures of me when I'm younger, you'll always see me with 4 or 5 gold chains on with rings. It's just.
I mean, you are from Brooklyn.
It's just, exactly, right. And I was, and could be a Guido too. I mean, that's part of it too.
Wait, are you Italian?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm Italian and German actually, but 3/4 Italian, a small quarter German. My grandfather, his last name was Hoffman.
Ooh.
So he was from his mother and father were from Germany, and they were from Brooklyn. My grandmother was what's the last name? She's gonna haunt me now.
She's gonna come in
But
the middle
anyway,
of the night and
Grandma
pull your leg.
Grandma Martha was Italian, so her family was Italian. So I'm Italian and German, but mostly Italian. But mostly I'm just, people ask me where I'm from in Italy, I tell them Brooklyn. It's just easier. It's just easier because then you don't have to.
It is.
Yeah, and you don't have to explain all the crap, and it's like, your accent. No, shit, I have an accent. Of course I do, and I'm not
So
giving
how
it
long
up.
have you been in Southwest Florida?
My grandmother moved here in 1979.
Okay.
We stayed a little while, checked the place out. It was too quiet. My mother and
Wait,
father.
Cape Coral?
Yeah, Cape Coral. So
In 1979, that's the year I was born.
So get this. Do you got to real? Is this Parlor Talk or is this expose Bob for how old and fat he is? I mean, what are we doing here? Between the camera guy shooting my belly and now you threw out. Jesus God. Yeah, we had running water and electric when I was born. Yes, we did.
You said 1979. I was like, wait a minute.
No, yeah, but I was born in 62. How scary is that? That's really scary. Think about it. 1962. That was a long time ago.
No, I don't feel
We're in
like
2023.
Yeah, but it's not.
Trust me, I feel old, I look old, and I'm old.
The only reason I was shocked is because I didn't know Cape Coral's history went back so
When
far.
we came here in 79, Del Prado was 2 lanes on each side, and it did not cross over Pine Island Road. So to get to the shell factory and stuff, you had to go to 41 and around.
And then around.
We got off a plane in Page Field. They rolled a set of steps up and told us to walk down the steps, walk across the tarmac, and go get our luggage.
Yeah.
That's what it was like back then.
Wow.
There was the yacht club. This place was beautiful. The Rose Garden, they were selling lots for $5,000 a lot. And my father took us out there and we looked at him. And of course, my father being the smart ass from New York, I'm not buying any swampland. So the guy said, $5,000 a lot. There's 5 lots on a block. I'll sell you the whole lot for 20 grand and I'll give you 5 colored TVs because that's what they were giving away.
What the heck?
And he's like, no way, I'm from New York. We don't buy swampland. So, you can figure out how smart he was.
Well, no, I mean, you could have never tell in that time that Cape Coral was going to be what it is today.
I get it, but he could have bought 1 lot.
Yeah.
Not that he would have held on to it, but he could have bought 1 lot. Yeah. So anyway, we've been coming here since 79. Then I went back up. We all went back up north. My grandmother and grandfather stayed here for a long period of time. We'd visit periodically, but that faded away after a while too. You get your own life. You get married. You get on a cycle. Whatever. The wife don't want to go. This don't want to go. So you kind of fades away a little bit. And then I came back here, 2006. Okay. Went through an ugly divorce in New Jersey, and just needed to get away and do something. I don't like to be controlled, and I don't like to be squashed, and I don't like to be pushed.
So you don't like to be told what to do either?
No. Sorry.
When's your birthday?
April 29th. I'm a Taurus.
Okay.
So but I'm more. I'm like a double Taurus kind of thing. Like I'm stubborn, but I'm open-minded. I'm smart, but I'm dumb sometimes. But I'm not stupid, but I am dumb sometimes. I have a lot of trust in people. I have faith in people, even when they don't have faith in themselves. It's part of being a Taurus and being an Earth sign. You're grounded to the ground, and you kind of stay along with that, kind of thing. I don't know. It's different. I don't have the same outlook that everybody has. I know it sounds weird, but I just don't.
Well, just from the little bit that I've interacted with you, I met you the first time at Monica's event.
You talking about the women's empowerment?
The women's empowerment.
Yeah. Now, I sponsored that.
You sponsored that.
So it was initially I met Monica. Initially, I had an idea before I met Monica. Okay, my mother was married to my father for 26 years and suffered abuse, not physical abuse. That you can see. A lot of mental, emotional, psychological abuse.
Verbal.
A lot of beating down, verbal. A lot of, you're stupid, you're no good. And I watched this transpire for 20-something years and could never understand why my mother stayed in that position. And I said to her, I often asked her why, and her answer was always the same. I've got 4 kids, where do I go? So taking off on that, as I grew older and as I, as life progressed and, you watch certain things, it's still going on. It's all over the place.
Yeah, absolutely.
I cannot fathom personally how a woman, a lady, a girl, pick whatever you want, age or whatever, is willing to sacrifice herself for a man that doesn't even give a shit about her. If your man is sitting home on the couch while you're out working, and then when you come home says to you, hey, give me $20, I want to go get a sub and go out with my friends, and you give it to him, I don't understand the mentality behind that. I really don't. As a human being, as a man, as a grown-up, as a goofy guy who never really matured, I don't understand any of that stuff. So, you know, I saw a lot of this, and I saw certain friends of mine and certain women that I was friendly with. I have a lot of women friends. I just do.
I mean, you sell jewelry.
Well, not
that
only
comes
that,
with the job.
Yeah, but I always gravitated more towards female friends because I enjoy talk. I enjoy intense, concentrated, in-depth conversation. Yeah. I don't want to have a conversation and ask you questions and go, what do you think? What do you think? I want you to talk. And I'm in a relationship with a beautiful girl right now, and we're engaged to get married. And we have long, deep. In fact, when I first met her, she was like, "You sure?" I'm like, "Yeah, you could tell me anything. You could tell me about your past. You could tell me about what you did. You know, what it doesn't matter to me.
What you want to do.
What you want to do, where you want to go, who you were involved with. I don't care. It doesn't. Past never affects me because you can't change it. You can't do anything with it. The only thing past is good for is to remind us of things not to do and things we want to do. Absolutely. That's all the past is good for. It's not good for lamentation. It's not good to look at and go back. It's good to critique yourself on, but you can't change what you did, so why bother?
Exactly.
So you look at the past.
Why get fixated on something that you can't change that's out of your hands completely?
Right, because you can't. So the only thing you can do is deal with yourself today and then move on to tomorrow. And hopefully, and I always say this to people, I always strive to be better tomorrow than I was today. It could be one thing. It could be one little tiny thing that I might do different that I didn't do yesterday. Because what happens to people is people get, even in business, people tend to look at the whole mountain and say, "Oh God, how am I going to climb this? How am I going to climb this mountain? This is crazy. How am I going to pay all this? How can I open a business? How am I going to get money? How am I going to do this? How am I going to?" Instead of saying, "You know what? Let me get my building." I mean, you got to have a plan, but a plan is not.
It can be changed.
Concrete. A plan is a plan. It's a way to go. It's a way to travel.
Evaluate as you go.
It's a way to travel through life, okay? And that plan is made to be adjusted. It's like I tell people, you should have a 1-month plan, a 6-month plan, a 1-year plan. Don't go any further than 1 year unless you have something big that you're striving for.
Like me, I have a 5-year plan retirement.
Right. God bless you. We can talk about not being responsible for retirement. What do you can't retire at 27 years old. What the hell's wrong with you?
27.
I don't believe you. I want to see your license. I don't believe any of what you told me. There's no way you got grandkids and everything else. There's something wrong. So so most people look at this whole mountain and they want to climb the mountain, and then they get discouraged and they walk away because they can't climb the mountain. Well, it's the same thing in business. You know, people look at a business. How can I do this? Oh, how am I going to do this? Listen, you have to take each individual thing one by one and take it and break it into and compartmentalize things and make things. So you have this plan, and I'm going to do this in the first month. This is where my goal is. And then in 6 months, I want to be here. In a year, I want to be here. And the thing about plans is as you go along, you can reevaluate them.
And adjust.
And you can adjust them. And being a business owner creates a lot of exposure. And there's a certain criteria. Listen, not everybody can own a business, okay? And there's nothing wrong with that. There really isn't. Some people are just good at working for other people because they don't want the responsibility. Hey, listen, I just left my shop at 5 o'clock, right? I'm not done. I won't be done, and Lisa will tell you, I won't be done till 9, 10 o'clock tonight. Whether it's answering Facebook stuff, whether it's answering people, whether it's calling somebody up that I missed it. Marketing, whether it's going on Facebook and just posting videos and doing what I do. It's not over. So many people want to work 9 to 5 and go home and say, I'm done, that's it. And then they try to open a business and they try to apply it. It doesn't work. It doesn't. That way. Your business shouldn't run you. You should run your business. But in doing that is a lot of responsibility and there's a lot of exposure. Every day I wake up and I go here and I'm a target. For people who are jealous, because there's a lot of envious and jealous businesses around. I'm a target for the government because I collect money, I make money, I pay sales tax, I do all this stuff. I'm a target to them. I'm a target to criminals that want to, break in or whatever. And I'm a target for a lot of other things too. And if you don't have a thick enough skin and you're not willing to say, there's over 7 billion people on the planet, and one person's going to piss me off.
Yeah, no.
Maybe for a minute. No, I'm human. I'm a human being. So what's going to happen is that it's going to affect me. How long it affects me is my determination, not theirs. Okay? How long? Because if I'm angry and mad at them and hate them, it ain't going to affect them. They don't care. You know what's going to affect? It's going to affect me. And it's going to wear me down. And it's going to free the free radicals in me. It's going to cause stress. It's going to cause, why bother?
I like to say that I tried my best. It doesn't always work. But my motto is I don't let other people's actions affect my reaction, because my reaction and the way that I react to things is the only thing I have control of. I don't have control over what anybody else does, say, or anything like that.
But that's the biggest thing we have a problem with. It's not what the person said.
It's how you react
It's
to
how
it.
it's how we process it. And I have this thing. I spent, I don't know, 20, 25 years in therapy. Not because I'm nuts, but because I'm a critical thinker.
I don't think that going to therapy means you're crazy. I'm a big advocate for therapy. I've gone to therapy during different times of my life, and I feel that at any point, if I feel like I need it, I will go back.
Again, a piece of the pie is better than a little bit of comfort and happiness and solace and quiet, stress-free is better than none. But I was in therapy for a long time, and it wasn't because it was. I mean, of course, I had little. My biggest thing was how I allow other people to upset me and control me. And I don't mean control me in the sense that they tell me what to do. If somebody says something to me, I want my reaction to be appropriate for the. Hey, I hate you. Okay, thanks a lot. Have a nice day, and walk away, and we're done. We're finished. Somebody that you're dealing with a long time, and you find out they go someplace else and do business, or they go, they do something to affect you. It's nothing personal. It really isn't, because you got to think about something. It's not about me. It's about you. You've got an issue. If you have to lash out or you're angry or whatever, you have an issue. I don't. I just happen to be the thing standing in front of you that was easy to hit.
I saw a video that you posted. I'm not sure when it was, but I know I saw it. You have a son that's autistic, and somebody accused you.
2 people.
Of using him to
sell jewelry.
To sell
jewelry.
What was that all about?
So, I have my son is going to be 30 years old. Actually, July 20th.
See, he looks young too.
Yeah, he's going to be 30.
Cancer. He's a cancer.
He's going to be 30 years old, and my other son's going to be 32, July 17th. JT's July 20th. My other son's July 17th. Okay. So Rob is your typical. He's a good kid, wonderful job, responsible, the whole bit. Has a girl, lives with a girl. He's great. JT has autism. So JT comes here and spends usually around 7 to 10 days with me because he has his own life. He bowls every Saturday. He plays ice hockey on a traveling team on Sundays. Wow. He has a gym class he goes to during the week, and every day he goes to an adult program for people with abilities like he has. So he comes down. So when he comes down and we're shooting a commercial for the store, I include him in the commercial.
That's awesome.
Not because what the lady said. I include him in the commercial because I want other people with children with autism to see, or children with any kind of ability that's not a normal ability, to see that they can do stuff. They're not, listen, is he going to drive? No. Is he going to go to college? No. Is he going to make rocket ships? No. But he'll come in the jewelry store. He can put jewelry out with us. He can greet people. He makes those little bags. He makes these little bags that I gave you guys.
It gives him purpose.
Right. And then when he's done, he gets a sense of accomplishment and feeling. And then, of course, all the girls.
Sense of freedom, too.
Yeah.
All the girls in the store go out there and they'll say, hey, JT, great job, high fives and all that stuff. And then when customers comes in, he'll always say hi. And then if they say, hi, how are you? He'll say, I'm fine. That's his canned thing, I'm fine. His arm could be falling off, but I'm fine. So, it's just a rote kind of thing. And so, this woman, and of course she called even before we opened, so one of the girls answered, I wasn't there, and she said, could you tell the owner of, the store that using his son to sell jewelry is not really cool and it doesn't look good. So I didn't say, no, listen.
Did you find out who it was?
No. Listen, I didn't even care.
Don't we still have Star 69?
I don't care. You know what?
Listen, hey,
you know
I
what?
don't care. I would have Star 69 that phone.
See, that's the difference.
I would have found out.
I mean, but that's
the difference. And I understand it's only a joke.
Her
but that's,
energy wasn't
that's the
needed.
difference. That's the difference between me and everybody else.
Yes.
All right? I don't care.
There's
and
no
I said I didn't care. But what I do is, and Lisa lives with me, so she can confirm this. I don't respond right away. I never respond. I do my best not to respond right away.
Yeah.
Because usually the first response is a gut response. And that's
feelings. It's based on feelings.
And that's unnecessary. Now, there is a time for a gut feeling, but that's not the time. The second response is a nasty response just to lash back out. And that's kind of like, just an ego thing. So what I like to do is I like to listen, sit back. So I didn't do anything for like 3 weeks. I just listened. Oh, I didn't. It may have been a month even.
I got some maturity to do.
Yeah, well.
Because I shared that same day.
Only on certain things, okay? So
if you ever need a pit bull, call me and I'll be your pit bull, okay?
Now, listen, I look at, you know what? Everybody gets theirs. The universe will settle up
absolutely
easily.
Yes.
The universe will settle up way more easy than I can settle up. Mm-hmm. And it'll be more
rewarding.
Yeah, because you know what? Vengeance is a sour taste.
Absolutely,
I agree. I'm not into vengeance. I'm not into going back at people. I'm not into hitting people. I mean, if someone does something and it's bad enough, then I'll hit. I'll have to strike back. But I have people post crap on Facebook all the time, especially other local business. Hey, don't go there because there's asbestos in the building. Hey, they didn't close down during the Ian flood, so they got mold in their building, and don't go in. Yeah. So this shit's all day.
Haters.
This shit's all day, and that's fine. If you don't have any haters, that means you're not doing a good job.
Anything. Yep, that's
because
true.
There's a reason for haters.
Yeah.
And they're actually your pep rallies. They're actually your rooting team because they give you more motivate because you're doing it right. So let me do more of it.
Mm-hmm. What was the saying? Let your haters be your motivator.
Yeah,
yep.
Yeah, exactly. I believe that. I a lot of things. One thing you need to know about me, okay, is what I say, I do. Mm-hmm. My words. If I say to you, you can call me at 1 o'clock in the morning if you need a pack of cigarettes because you can't get them. I'll go get them for you, and I will. That's not the majority of the population. It's not even a lot of the population. It's not even a good majority.
Nowadays.
It's very rare for people to stand up and say, I'll be there, and they're there. Mm-hmm. So I work from a different angle, whereas I don't let little shit like that bother me like that lady. I let that fester for 4 weeks before I did anything. Mm-hmm. And then my thing was, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make a PSA. And I'm going to intermingle it with my commercials on television. And I'm going to... Because I'm not, listen, it's a jewelry store. Mm-hmm. You want to buy jewelry? Come in and buy jewelry. I'll show you. We have tons of inventory. We have commercials for that. We have Facebook for that. I don't need to sell jewelry all the time, okay? I'm working, in fact, it's funny because I offered Victor Rios and George Torres TV spots with me because Victor's doing the slowdown, and George does the blended cultures thing, and I want to bring them up some more.
Of course.
So I'm working with them. But my point is that, your word is everything.
Absolutely.
Okay? And when people their word means nothing, then to me they're nothing. So I ran this thing, so I put this thing together, I put this PSA together and I ran it. And it basically says what it says. It says, a lady called me up and chastised me for using my son to sell jewelry. But in fact, that's the furthest thing from the truth. So I get to so she gave me. You have to take.
You took
lemons and you make lemonade out of it.
You took that and made it.
I took it and I turned it around and made it good.
Educational for people. There's other. If she thinks like that, then there's other people that think that way.
Well,
correct.
So that gave you an opportunity to educate.
Now, if she didn't do that, I would have never done that.
Exactly.
If she, and it's a funny thing in life that I get people want to be in control, but we basically control nothing. You don't control your life. You control what you do in your life, but you don't control your life.
Yes.
You control what you do in the world. You're only here for as long as you're allowed to be here. And we don't know when the ticket's called. So what are you controlling? The only thing you control is how you respond to people, okay? How you act towards people, and your actions. Those are the only things you control.
That's it.
So I have a question.
Sure.
So what is the hardest thing to learn in the jewelry industry? So as someone that would be coming in fresh.
You mean someone to learn the business? Or to what is hardest about the okay.
Learning the learning experience.
Okay.
So like if I was to come in, I've never worked in a jewelry store before.
Nothing. It's a matter of nothing. We could train you like we train everybody else. I have 4 full-time girls 4 girls that work for me. They part-time, full-time, and I have a 5th one who's my bookkeeper. The bookkeeper knew nothing about jewelry, nothing about anything. She's fine. She's running right along. 2 of the women I hired had nothing to do with jewelry, and they can sell. You can go in there and talk to them. Now, what I do is I put one that's got experience and one that doesn't together, and then that's what I do. So there's always somebody in there that if you don't have the experience, you can go and say, hey, Mary or Maya, hey, listen, you know, I got this person looking for this sapphire. I don't know how. And then that person, that schooled person, will show you how to do it, and then it's not hard. It's really not hard. It's like anything else.
What was the hardest thing that you had to learn getting into it?
My response to people, because I don't have an edit button. So when somebody walks in and says, I don't want to leave my ring with you because I'm afraid you're going to switch my diamond, it sets me off.
Listen, okay. So since you brought that up, I've never been to your store. I think my husband, he went to buy jewelry for his mom. I think that's why he told me he met you.
Okay.
But that is one of my biggest fears. I have not had my ring clean because I've heard horror stories from not your store personally.
Listen, I'm not taking it personally, don't worry.
Just jewelry stores, right? So how can somebody that feels that way, how can they feel comfortable?
Okay, so let's go this way, okay? You don't feel good. You're sick. You need a doctor. What do?
You go to the doctor.
But what do? You call. You ask your friends, hey, I need a gynecologist. I need an obstetrician. I need an eye doctor.
Word of mouth.
I need something. Do you know a doctor? Yeah, I do. I use this guy all the time. Do you trust him? Yeah, I trust him. Now you got a warm welcome to the guy, right? So now you go to the doctor, you make the appointment, you go. You sit and you talk to him. How do you feel? Do you feel comfortable? Do you like the guy? The guy reminds me of this pedophile that lived on my block. I don't want. Okay, then leave. That your instinct is telling you what's going on.
That's
go. Now, listen, I didn't like that guy, but anybody got anybody else? Yeah, sure. I got Doctor, this so and so. I got Doctor ABC down the block. I use him. Let me go check him out. Hey, you know what? I really like the guy. He sounded really good. It's the same thing. It's the same thing when you go to a car dealership. Okay, you don't want to get charged by the 7,000 sharks that are standing out there. So what do? You either call ahead and say, "Who's your best salesman? I want to talk to him," or you call ahead and say, "I'd like to make an appointment with the next available sale." You do something. You be proactive in what you're doing. Okay, so it's the same thing with your diamond. You create a relationship with a store that you deal with. Now, if you said to me, "Listen, I want this clean, but I don't want it out of my sight," I say to you, "Come on in the back, and there's a window. You can watch us. Stand at that window. You could see everything right in front of you, and you can see us do it, except us walk out from one door to the other, which there's no way we could do anything then." But that's my biggest pet peeve, and I'll tell you why. We don't do it. Most places don't do it. And to be able to have every single size cut of a diamond in the back room is impossible.
Okay.
You can have some. You can have a lot, you can have a couple, but there's no way you can have every size because every diamond size is different. Well, not every, but a 1 carat's a 1 carat. It could be 1.06, could be 1.03. It's not. It doesn't. It happens. Don't misunderstand me. Doesn't it happen with cars? Doesn't it happen when you go? Hey, when you went to the bank? Didn't somebody hack? Didn't they hack bank accounts at the bank?
I think somebody tried to hack my nonprofit Instagram account today. I got an email that somebody tried to log in, and then I got. Somebody posted on my reel that I posted the other day. Hey, check your DM. I send you a DM. And log back in. Yeah.
But
it happens.
So it happens. It happens in every business. What the problem is, or what the issue is, it's an expensive. It is an expensive piece, not inexpensive. It's an expensive piece. So people tend, and then on top of that, you've got everybody whispering in your ear, "Don't trust nobody. Don't trust nobody."
Yeah.
Listen. You're going to go through your whole life not trusting anybody? Right. You form a relationship. If I came in here and said,
I don't think I've gotten my ring clean since I moved to Florida.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I mean, I do my own home, cleaning and stuff, but now I know you.
No, none of that. No toothpaste either. No toothpaste. Yeah, no, listen, trust me. I use toothpaste. You might as well use sandpaper. It's the same thing.
Really?
Oh, so what's in your toothpaste? It's an abrasive in there.
Wasn't that what they used to tell us to,
yes,
to clean? To clean the CDs. You remember when we used to?
Oh, yes.
And then it scratched. It would skip. So you took toothpaste to clean it off.
Because the toothpaste regrooved it. That's what the toothpaste did.
That's what it did.
So now you're scraping jewelry. Now you're using sandpaper on your jewelry. No toothpaste. You want to know what the easy? You want to? This is a trade secret. You want to know what the easiest thing, the best thing, and the most economical way is to clean your jewelry? There's 2 things.
Soap and water.
Number 1, come to us. We do it for free.
Yes.
Number 2, you ready? This is big.
Okay.
I'm just telling you. Don't tell nobody.
All right. I'll keep it a secret.
The Mountain Dew colored.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Clean. In a couple. Okay, so take some water, boil it in the microwave to get it hot. You know, you want it hot. Let it cool a few minutes. If you know, whatever. Put the Mr. Clean in it so it's sudsy. Drop your jewelry in and leave it in there. 4, 5 minutes, 6 minutes. It doesn't hurt. Take it out with a toothbrush with the Mr. Clean, clean it, and then run it under running water and see what it looks like. It won't be as good as we do it because we have a steam cleaner.
I'll take
that
it
at the
you,
edge.
Bob. I'm not gonna do no Mr. Clean. I'm not gonna do no toothpaste.
She's not gonna do no toothpaste.
No toothpaste.
I actually have. I think I have a prong that needs to be fixed too. So definitely gonna take it.
Yeah,
to
so
you.
we don't want to mess around with that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a simple, at home, easy clean for jewelry. You see every once in a while, and I never post names or I don't ID the piece, but you'll see periodically me posting. The other day I posted a watch and a ring that, you know, I mean, they're so dirty. First of all, nobody in the shop will touch. I don't care. I'm not afraid.
Wait,
at least
a
we'll tell
watch
you.
was dirty? Like, how dirty can it be that nobody would touch it?
Well, when you get a chance, you can look on.
I'm gonna have to look it up. Yeah.
You look on Bob. My name is Bob Lanzeri. Look on my Facebook page. You'll see it.
So you posted it before
I always
you cleaned
post.
it?
We don't clean them because they're not ours to clean. They're clients that we have to just put batteries in, and to get into a watch cleaning thing becomes a liability. If I would love, if people were different, I would clean every watch for everybody. But if you clean a watch for somebody and it comes out of the back room and it's clean, you know what they say the first thing? That's not my watch. You changed it out. No, I didn't. Why would I change out your watch?
Oh, because it was clean.
This is your.
Yeah, because they didn't ask for the clean.
This is your watch. I cleaned it for you. No, my watch wasn't that dirty. I'll show you where it's so thick you can't even see where to put the piece to open it up.
That is gross.
I'll show you rings where
That's
I have
nasty.
pictures of rings where the diamond is just a big chunk of muck. I'll give you a funny story. It's not funny, it really isn't, but it's funny to me. So during this whole scamdemic thing about,
Scamdemic,
you
I love it.
You need masks, you need this, you need everything, okay?
Were you against the masks?
I never wore a mask in my life.
You never wore the mask?
I don't use hand sanitizer.
Did you get COVID?
And I don't have any vaccines.
Did
and
you
I
get
never
COVID?
got COVID.
You never got COVID?
Never got COVID. Don't get
Oh, you're
flus. Don't
lucky.
get no. Not listen. Nothing to do with luck. So during that time, I really got a chuckle out of people. So a person came in with a plastic bag wrapped around her neck.
God.
Her sleeves on her shirts were duct taped closed. She had 2 masks on and a face shield. The pants were taped at the leg. And she proceeds, the odor of nicotine from this person was,
Tremendous.
you would vomit.
I mean, I got a pretty...
I do too.
yeah.
Listen, I'll eat stuff a nanny goat won't eat. I will. I got it, okay? I'm that person. But this even got me a little nauseous. She took off her jewelry and I dropped it in the cleaner and a whole ring floated to the top. So now we're all standing there looking at this in this cleaner and we're like,
That's never happened
what the
before.
hell metal doesn't float? It was the dirt from her ring came off her ring that way as a whole piece.
That's gross.
I stuck a piece of paper towel in there, picked it up, and it was a whole piece. It took me 3 hours to clean 3 pieces of jewelry, 2 rings and a bracelet. They were so dirty and so gunked with stuff. And I'm laughing because I walked out, I said, ma'am, you have bacteria barns in every one of these pieces of jewelry, and you're standing there dressed like that. Could you explain this to me? Oh, well, and it was just, it's so sad how everybody just gets in line and just does what they're told to do. It makes me nuts. And I was telling you guys before about school. I have a big pet peeve with school. You take these kids, they put them in a chair, and they tell them sit there for 6 hours, 7 hours, and don't move. Don't move. You're a 7-year-old kid, 8-year-old, 9-year-old. What are they full of? Piss and vinegar and energy,
She
right?
said piss and vinegar.
That's what they're full of, energy, right?
Yes.
And so you force them to sit in a chair for 6 hours. And while they're in that chair, you're going to give them stuff that they don't know how to do. So now you're frustrating them on top of making them sit.
I never even thought about it.
Then when they ask you a question, when we ask you a question, you get mad at us because we asked you the question, maybe out of turn, maybe you weren't ready to answer it, whatever. So now you're mad at us. So now you got me sitting in a chair for 6 hours. You give me something I don't know how to do. And then when I ask you how to do it, you want to fight with me. That's school. 12 o'clock you eat lunch, 11 o'clock you eat lunch, like they do in prison.
Institutionalized.
They walk, get in a straight line, Don't get out of line, because if you get out of line, you're going to be in trouble. Get in a straight line. Let's all walk down and don't talk.
Yeah.
You got a whole room full of little tiny kids. Don't talk. And
Sometimes you can't even get adults to shut up.
and put your mask on. And put your mask on.
Yes.
That the CDC proves doesn't work. Come on, man. I'm smarter than that. You're smart. We're all smarter than that.
True.
Because now I'm going to get a little bit off track. Now we've got millions of people coming in every day. They're vaxxed. They have masks on. Do they use hand sanitizer?
Nope.
So what happened? What happened to everything? So that's why I don't want to be controlled, and that's why I don't follow lock stock. I want to know why. Listen, you can tell me, put that mask on. Tell me why.
Give me a logical
Give me data.
explanation.
I'm a facts guy. Give me data. Give me data that shows that this works.
Okay, so let me ask you this. This might be a little controversial because, you know, you're not supposed to talk about religion or politics, but do you vote?
Always. Every
Okay.
election.
Every election.
I don't believe it works, but I vote in every election. I don't believe it works. I believe that it's like reality shows. It's like reality TV. It's like a game show. It's stupefy and mystify the public. Get them so wrapped up in a football game. I don't do sports at all because I think it's the most idiotic thing I've ever seen in my life.
Really? I love football.
I can't do sports.
I think it's, and I'll tell you why it's the most idiotic thing in the world. Okay, I'll tell you why. You've got people who run into burning buildings. You've got people who will put their life on the line for you, come into your house if your husband's beating you up, killing you, shooting you, if the neighbor's killing you. You have people out there that work with older community people. You have people out there that are helping our vets, and our vets are living in the street.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And your focus is on whether Kim Kardashian's ass is real or fake?
I mean, I will say I'm a subscriber to the Kardashians.
What?
You
paid to see them?
No, I pay Hulu.
Okay, so
However,
so
I am getting the secrets from them too.
Now we'll go even one further. So every Sunday, you've got people stupefied and mystified to go sit and eat wings at a bar. So now the wing industry is involved. The bar industry, the alcohol is, because what do you see? Oh, Bud Light, drink
Yes.
Bud, eat this, eat this food, eat these wings.
So you think that you're saying
It's programming.
that they're programming?
Then we keep you tied up for 4 or 5 hours on a Sunday watching a bunch of grown men run around, push each other over when we're supposed to be nonviolent. We're trying to get violence out of the community.
Yeah,
Now we've got a bunch of grown men running down the field, fighting and
Tackling.
jumping all over each other and tackling each other. Well, that's fine. And then they're throwing this ball around, and you're paying them $40 million a year. And the guy who runs into the burning building, you don't want to give him $25,000 a year because you don't have a budget enough in your town.
You have a very good point. You
got a
make
baseball
very good
player who
point.
makes, I don't know, let's do a
They
low end.
make the most.
Let's do a low end. Let's say a $15 million a year baseball player.
No, baseball makes more.
He jams his finger,
and he's
off, and he's on the disabled list for the rest of for 6 months, and still getting paid. And you got a teacher who goes in every day, who uses her own money
to buy
to fund the
supplies.
classroom
Yep.
for
That's the way
kids
I
with
was.
abilities, kids with no ability. Doesn't matter. You've got her funding her own classroom,
And
but you'll go spend $400 on tickets, but you won't. But you don't want to pay more state tax, or you don't want to pay more taxes to cover so they can have a bigger budget. And I don't believe in taxes because I think that's bullshit too. Because as a business owner, listen,
They really try to get you.
We were supposed to be no taxation without representation. Okay, it was supposed to be one tax, one time. We pay sales tax. We pay tax on the money we make. Then we pay tax when we take it out of the bank, when we invest it. Then we pay tax on everything we buy. Then we pay land taxes. Wait a minute, I bought my house. What am I paying taxes for? I paid you already for it. Then we pay Social Security tax that doesn't fund anything for us.
Are you going to?
No.
Are you interested in politics
No,
at all?
no. Not
Well,
running
this
for
is my
any
thing.
office.
Well, if you feel so passionate,
I'll tell you why. Because everybody in politics gets nothing done. Because guess what? They're just a front man
it's
for
just
the
maybe
back.
they-
Maybe they need.
They're just a
people like
front
you.
man. They're just a front man. We had somebody like
You wouldn't do it. You wouldn't do it for the money.
We had somebody like me, and what did we do to him for 4 years? What did we do?
I
Take the personality
So-
out because I'm not interested in
no.
personality.
So I'm a firm believer that the president doesn't make the shots. It's Congress.
Yeah.
There we had a president that was willing to take responsibility and make the shots.
When you get, I think,
but they threw him out of office, and for 4 years, what they did to him is they tortured him, and he couldn't get anything done. And then they could say, well, he didn't do anything.
I don't think 4 years is enough time to.
Well,
fix
first of all,
anything.
why don't we have term limits on Congress and the Senate? Why could they sit there for
Exactly.
35 years, get
Absolutely.
old, gray, and
Yes,
Alzheimer's
that
on
part.
our dollar and still
Absolutely.
keep going?
Yes.
Because
There should
how
be
do
a
they get
definitely
reelected?
term.
I mean, it doesn't make any sense when you think about the reality of the world. If you don't do a good job in your
I'm
job,
gone.
guess what happens to you? If I treated people the way the government, the way big corporations, AT&T, the computer company, if I treated my clients like they treat me, I'd have no business.
Absolutely.
But because we're believers that we have to all follow into this pattern, when are we going to wake the F up and say, you know what, this is bullshit. We've been controlled. We're being controlled. Whether it's business, whether it's our lives. Nobody should tell you whether or not you can have an abortion.
Absolutely.
I don't want to pay for it, but if that's what you want to do,
That's on you.
do it. If you feel comfortable in your mind, if you're at ease with your life, your God, your spirituality, whatever, and you want to do it, do it. But I'm not paying for it. If you want to have 87 kids and that's your thing, do it.
That part.
Do it. But don't ask me to pay for it. That's where you want to have an abortion? I got no problem. I got no problem with pro-choice. None at all. But don't ask me to pay for it. If you want to be a different person, that's your business. I don't mind. Do it.
Yeah.
I don't care. You're not affecting my
It's
life.
not gonna affect
But I don't want
us.
to pay for it.
Yeah.
Because what I want to pay for is I want to pay for the special ed teacher a better salary so that she can work with the kids better. I host pizza parties in school. So when a kid comes into the store and they say, what is mom? I say, what school do you go to? I go to Ida Baker. Oh, really? How big you want to have a pizza party? What? I'll do a pizza party and an ice cream party for you guys anytime you want.
That's
I've
awesome.
done 5 or 6 of them for classrooms already. You know, and I don't send no John Michaels paraphernalia. I don't, of course they know who did it because schools they have to know. But my name's not on anything. I don't do it.
I think that's probably why you're so successful, because you come across very genuine. You're very passionate. Again, going back to the women's empowerment, when I met you, you are making a difference in what it means for women to support. So this podcast, Parlor Talk, was created so that we can create a space for women we invite.
But it's not this. But we have this. It's not the space. It's the women.
Well, that's what I'm saying. To create connections,
we need to create a different mindset in women.
Yes,
that's why.
I mean, listen. It's hard for me to be it's hard for me to be the pushing force behind the women's empowerment movement, because women look and say, "Oh, you're a man. You're like every other man." Well, first of all, let me explain something. Don't insult me.
I'm a different type of man.
Well, don't insult me and call me like every other man. First of all, you don't know me. Second of all, you don't know who I am and what I do. So before you make a statement, why don't you do what I always tell everybody else?
Lead by example.
Judge people by their actions, not by what other people say about them.
Absolutely.
People talk shit about people all day long. Are you going to listen to it? And you look at the person and say, they're saying this about him, but this is not adding up. 2 and 2 is not adding up here. Let me go talk to the guy and see what's going on and have a conversation with you. Now I have an authentic, credible conversation with you that I can make.
Well, and I think too, people are also judging people based upon A, what other people say, and B, the color of their skin.
I don't know. I don't buy that.
I think there's
maybe there are people out there like that.
So when I started being more social and when I started my nonprofit, I was told, "Oh, be ready to do things by yourself because women don't support women."
It's true.
And I was like,
it's true.
And at first, I came across, women like that, but it's about choosing the right people. Because once I met Monica, and once I met my other friend Vanessa, and when you align yourself with the right people, then there's a difference. Because Monica did my logo, my website. She helps me. And till this day, we created a friendship and a bond that to me is amazing.
She's my friend.
She's my friend too.
She's my friend.
She's been my friend.
She's been my friend. She's been my friend.
Oh no, she's mine.
No.
My dad beat you up.
My dog's bigger than your dog. No.
But what I'm saying is,
but that's what Monica that's what Monica does. Monica creates a connection between her and her clients. Excuse me. And That's what. That's always been my business. I've always tried to create a connection between two people. The reason I started this whole women's empowerment thing was exactly for what I told you. Watching my mother say that she had 4 kids and she had no place to go, which in reality wasn't true. She did. She just felt like she had no place to go because the old saying, nobody beats us up like we do. Nobody beats me up
And
better
not
than
only
I.
that, the mental stress, and I can only imagine after back in the day, they didn't talk about postpartum depressions.
No.
You know
and
what
she
I'm
had
saying?
it.
And she definitely, I can tell she had it because if she's going to stay with a man that's going to, and then on top of that,
Have more kids with him.
the mental abuse, the verbal abuse. So mentally, she wasn't okay to leave. She didn't think she could leave. She didn't, even if she had options, in her mind, there was no options.
See, that was.
I mean, I think it goes to kind of like my mom because, I mean, she only had 2 kids, but my dad was constantly in and out of jail and prison, and she stayed. And when I say she stayed, it was a faithful. She never went out on against him. Every month, every other 2 weekends, we was taking the road trips to go see him. I became
I did that
so
too. My father was in
aware
prison
of
for 8 years.
how I grew up in the prison system. And when I say I grew up, I walked in and knew to spread my arms and spread my legs so they could pat me down. That's how much he was in
The
and
change
out
in a
of
Ziploc
jail.
bag.
And how much money, how the clear purses, everything. And it always, as I grew older, and the stuff that happened in the household, because she was a single mom of 2, she worked for the Lee County School Board, didn't get paid shit, spending her own money to then make the kids that she was teaching feel better. Because she worked at LAMP. She was a LAMP teacher for 22 years. You know, and just seeing all the shit that she went through is just like, why? Why put yourself in that situation?
Why didn't another woman friend sit down with them and say, listen, how can we help you? The fear, see, what people don't realize is it all boils down to one thing. It all boils down to fear. Okay? It doesn't boil down, no offense, it doesn't boil down to skin color. I don't care. Listen, I don't see him as black. I don't see you as whatever. You're just people. Okay? We're all different people. Okay? I'm fat. People are skinny. Some people are tall. I'm short. Okay, so it's the fact that people actually sit down and micro-diagnose what he is or I am or you are or what you are speaks volumes for itself. Okay? I don't care where you come from. I don't care how much money you don't have or have. I don't care what you own. You know, I own a jewelry store. I rent a duplex. I own 1 car. It's sitting out there. I don't have a boat. I don't have an RV. I don't have anything. I don't even have a retirement. My retirement is my store. But you know what I got? I got a lot of fun. I got a lot of smiles. Because you know what? When the big guy comes down and says, okay, you're done, you know what's going to happen?
You're going to take with you.
You know what I'm going to take with me? You know what I'm going to take with me? Nothing. Just what I came here with. So everything else. So it's fine. There are people that like to do that. And I like to enjoy my life too. I mean, I take care of my son with autism. I do certain things. I take care of him. I take care of my older son. Me and Lisa live together. I take care of the household. She helps me take care of the household. We take care of the household. How many cars can you drive? How many houses can you live in? I'm a single man. Do I need more than 3 bedrooms? I like a pool. Sure, I like a pool. So we can find another place. Now, Lisa lives with me. So, you know, we're very comfortable, and we are. She bought her 2 cats, which was another thing, but I'm not into cats. But
I don't know. It sounds like that's
she bought 2 cats.
That's a conversation.
No. They're fine. I love them. They're fine. And now they're my cats. So
and you're not allergic?
No, if I was, it's too late now. It's too late now. Maybe that's why I wake up every morning, my eyes closed and crust. No. So, you know, you have to. You can't go through life looking and micromanaging every little thing. And saying, you know, listen, it's great, but I choose to do different things with my money. Okay? I choose to help people Because when I was growing up, everything I had,
Yes.
I had myself.
Yep.
And were there people along the way that maybe gave me a little boost? Yeah, there were. But there was always a string attached to it. There was always a string attached. I'll lend you some money, but hey, you got to do this for me. Or I'll give you this, but you got to do this. You can use my car, but you got to go here.
That's not really help.
It's not help. What
not
that
help.
is using people. I've come from a place where if I do something, that's it. We're done. You don't owe me nothing.
I know what you're talking about, because for me, if I do something out of the kindness of my heart, I'm not expecting nothing in return.
No.
Because how I feel is that God blessed me. So in order for me to continue to be blessed, I have to bless others.
100. You have to have that mentality. You can tell the people who don't, they're miserable. They're not. The universe will guide you. Okay? The universe is a she, just so you know. No, it is. I mean, God the Creator is a masculine figure, but the universe herself is a feminine energy. And you can tell because it creates things. It creates planets, it creates solar systems, it creates stars. The only gender that can create anything is a woman. So the universe essentially is a woman, because things are being born, stars go nova, and systems are created. The makings of it, the workings of it, has a masculine feel to it. So it's God. So now I blew everybody. Now I blew every religious person out of the water. Now they'll be calling me up with all kinds of hate stuff that I'm an anti-Jesus person. I love Jesus, okay, but Jesus wasn't what you think he was, okay. But that's another whole story.
Other podcast.
Okay? Jesus exists. He was what he was, but you people that make him out to be something that he wasn't, that's beside the point. Okay. But anyway, so when you look at the different energies, if you're willing to open up your mind and accept them and do what the universe has set up for you from the beginning, because we all have predestined lives. Okay. And as we walk our predestined lives and as we walk in the path that we're supposed to be, you see, when you do everything that works, your life is beautiful. And I don't mean perfect.
No,
what I mean is just on the right path, your life is beautiful. Like my life is like, at 60, I'll be 61 next April. I'm 60 years old. This is probably the happiest, best time of my life has been the last 3 or 4 years of my life. And because I made it that way. Because I put down, I've been working so long to get rid of all the baggage, and I've gotten rid of a lot of it, but I've also applied now what I feel.
And what you've learned.
What I've learned and what I feel.
You applied your life lessons, your history, what you see other people fail at, because I know I have.
The rights, the wrongs.
Yeah. So for me, it's made a big difference. I used to, you know how when we were younger and our parents told us, oh, wait till you have kids. Wait till you get older. That is so true.
It is.
That is so true.
I wish I could instill on the younger people what I mentor several people, not formally. I just do it. And one of them is Matthew, the kid that does the first class delivery. And I've been mentoring Matthew for like 3 years now, 2.5 years. And there's a lot of joy in it. There's a lot of fulfillment in it. There's also a lot of frustration in it. But the thing is this. If you have experience to share with somebody, okay, and you listen, you don't have to be successful either, okay, because unsuccessful people have good information too. Most of it is what not to do. So there is a value to it. There's a value to everything in this world. Yeah. There's nothing there's nothing that doesn't have a value. Everything is valuable. You have to find the value in it. So if someone failed at something, I would love to talk to them just as much as I like to talk to successful people, so I can figure out what not to do and what to do. You surround yourself with people that are successful. You surround yourself with people that are trying to go up.
Yeah.
And get away from those people that are stagnant.
Dragging you down.
Well, not only that, but they're just stagnant. Fear is the biggest mind destroyer in the world.
Absolutely.
Okay, because if you're afraid, then fear
won't do anything.
But it'll run your life. And it'll cause you to do things and make decisions that you wouldn't normally make on your own.
That's true.
So you never make decisions out of fear, anxiety, anxious, or whatever. You know what you do? You sit back and you say, I need time to figure this out. Because guess what? I'm going to give you another secret just between me and you. Okay. It'll be there tomorrow morning.
It will. It will.
That same shit will be there tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Whether you tackle it now and deal with it.
Whether you stress.
Or whether you just take a deep breath
Yep.
and say, you know what? I know I got to deal with this, and I will. but it'll be there tomorrow morning. And the fact that people fall over themselves trying to, it's like I always tell people, don't listen to me to answer me. Listen to me to hear me.
I always say God gave you 2 ears and 1 mouth because you're supposed to listen more than what you're supposed to talk.
But it's true. When you
No, I like to talk more than what I hear.
no, but you can talk and still listen. But you got to listen to hear people, not
Yes.
listen to answer people. You know, you see people hanging on your word, and they're like ready to
They're ready to answer.
jump on whatever you say. It's like, slow down. I didn't even finish the sentence yet. Have a seat. Relax.
I need you to talk to my husband. I'm gonna have you
But there's a lot of people out there like that.
On that note,
Did we
you
get
brought us
gifts?
some goodies.
I always have goodies.
So we're
Okay.
gonna show. Look at this.
We got swag.
Just look at this. Look at this.
Yes.
So we put a little sparkle in your life as our
Like-
tagline.
Just
Okay. Bing, bing.
and then, but no, we're not done.
Oh,
Look at this.
ooh.
got
Oh,
it
well,
on
she's
the
trying to
front.
tell you something. I don't know. That's a
We got
big
it on the
diamond in the
front.
front.
And then what else did we get?
You got edibles.
Ooh.
Not that kind of edibles. Relax. You behind the camera. Slow down. I got them
We
home.
have,
I
and you know what is funny because I love sweets, but John Michael cookie.
So,
I mean-
as you're going through this, I'm going to talk about this stuff a little bit, okay?
Okay.
So the cookie is made by a woman, Anna Richtheimer is her name. She's on my Facebook page. Anna owns a company called Pies and Things, and she's a local baker.
Okay.
So I met her at an event at a quarter auction with the Rebel Riders motorcycle group, and she's an amazing baker. So we had this idea. Let's make Anna. Let me employ you to make cookies for me, and let's see what you can do.
I'm struggling.
I know you're
sorry.
struggling. Just peel the sticker off.
I'm
It's easier.
trying to, but it's not. Okay, I got it. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I
So-
didn't mean to cut you off. It's just
So
I really
that's
like
okay.
sweet stuff.
So Anna makes cookies with logos on them. She
Okay.
bakes amazing cakes for events, and she bakes cookies with logos. So that's Anna. So she's local, right? So now the chocolates you're about to eat are all hand-dipped, homemade chocolates, and they're made. I'm sorry, Mr. Producer back there. I didn't know you were here. I'd have bought you something. You think these two ladies would have said, hey, there's another person here, but, whatever, men thing,
You
whatever.
want something?
As an empowerment movement, they don't care about
Yeah, no,
no,
listen.
no.
We're going to start a men's empowerment movement, too, because that's the next
I'm
thing.
ready to be pampered.
Listen, we deserve, listen.
You ready to be empowered?
So anyway, so Christy Simpson from Christy's Creations, right? Christy's
They're
Candy
very
Creations
good.
makes
Good.
these chocolate-covered items. She does marshmallows, strawberries, all kinds of stuff, and then she makes these trays. So these boxes are in the store. So when you come in and buy something, spend some money, whatever, if you make conversation with us and we have fun and whatever, we give you a free box.
Nice.
We give
So
you
not only are you an entrepreneur, an amazing business owner, a great conversationalist.
Yeah, I
I
think
had
so.
a lot of fun talking to you.
Thank you.
You are very you.
I talk too
like,
much,
No,
actually.
no, I like.
Let people know how good
No,
that cookie is. You smack
no, it's.
right now. Smack them.
I'm sorry. This is freaking delicious, and it doesn't. It
I
doesn't.
needed or something.
It doesn't help the fact that I'm hungry too. So, I didn't even realize we had these here because
Well, here you got chocolate-covered marshmallows. You got chocolate-covered Oreo, which is killer. You've got chocolate-covered pretzels.
you're gonna have to share with him because I'm not sharing.
I'll bring you a box. Don't worry, I got more to
So-
show. So we give these out to everybody who comes in.
So you are not just amazing, but you are here helping
Don't eat the whole
other
box.
local businesses, other
still want some.
women business owners. I
have a very- yeah.
firsthand saw again. You put together the
Monica put it together. I just sponsored it and
the
gave her the
women
idea.
empowerment movement.
Yes, I still am.
And tell everybody, look into your camera and let them know where they can, where's your store located, your phone number, and we're going to
Yeah, I
put
got
on,
it.
but let them know your social media so they can find you and give them your info.
Okay, let me close. We're going to close. We're closing. Is that what we're doing?
We're closing.
Okay,
Yes,
let's
Bob.
Let's
I'm going to hire Bob.
Let's close with this.
Bob brings me
okay,
food.
let's
He
close.
has a great conversation.
Let's close with this, okay? Let's close with make tomorrow better than it was today. Let's close with I'm a jewelry store, okay? But we're more than a jewelry store. I posted the other day, if you need to come in and talk, during the hurricane we had, I don't know how many people come through, we gave away water, food, but more important than food and water was what it seemed, is we gave away love, we gave away compassion, we gave away
And that's priceless.
just a feeling with people. So we're not just a jewelry store in that aspect. We are more than a jewelry store. So the name of the business is John, basically with John Michael's Jewelry, which is located at 1331 Cape Coral Parkway East and the Big John's Plaza at 239-549-2099 is our information. But basically what it comes down to is John Michael's Jewelry is a place for me to stand on, to just
It's a
do
platform.
things. To just do things. I mean, with the money that we make there, I would say I probably donate half of my profits to the community. Now, if you ask me where, I can sit down and I can't tell you everywhere. We bought bunk beds for a family after Hurricane Ian because they lost everything and they had 2 children that didn't have a place to sleep. So we bought them bunk beds, we bought them mattresses, we bought them everything. Some older women called us up. They were
You're gonna
looking
have a lot of people calling you.
They were
now.
looking.
Oh, I know.
Listen, I can only do what I can do. I'm only one person.
Yes.
The reason I'm saying this, and I'm telling you why I'm saying this,
Because we need other
more
businesses.
business owners
Yes.
need to stand up, and you can reach out to me if you want to start a consortium, if you want to start a co-op, if you want to do something. I don't like committees and I don't like groups of people because I'm not going to fight over whether we're buying Pepsi or Coke. We'll just buy 2 Cokes and we'll buy 2 Pepsis.
Yes.
And we'll do the King Solomon thing. We'll just split it in half. I'm not into boards. I'm not into all this stuff. But if you want to get together, you want to form a group. We sold, I made Florida Strong necklaces after the hurricane in gold and silver. And we raised over $3,500 in donations from selling those. So we took the cost of it. We took a small percentage for the store because we need to pay our bills.
Of course.
But the majority of the money went into a fund. So we bought these. So after the bunk beds, these older women called us up, and they actually called us up to ask us about jewelry. And I said to the lady on the phone, I said, "How you ladies, faring after the hurricane?" And she started crying, and she was an older woman. She said she lost everything. She lost everything. And I said, "Well, what do you need?" And now I'm waiting for her to hit me with, "Could you get me socks? Could you get me a house coat? I take care of my friend who has Alzheimer's. She doesn't know what's going on. Wow. Could you get me a pill container to hold the pills in because I forget what I give her?
Wow.
Could you, we have nothing." So we went out and we bought all this kind of stuff and then had other people bring her stuff and we bought her food. We shopped for a week in fact, it was right around Thanksgiving, so we bought a Thanksgiving dinner. So, and nobody knows. And I don't like talking about it on here, but I will talk about it only for the purpose of somebody else saying, if he can do it, then I can do it. And that's what I want.
Yeah.
I don't want plaques. I don't want in recognition signs. I don't want any of that. It's nice. I appreciate it. I know people want to.
Taking
but
care
if
of
people
everybody
want
else.
Is the community taking care of
If
its own
people want to
community?
do that, then go do something in the community. Bring me back a picture and says, "Listen, I went over and I helped these people clean their yard, or I helped this." Bring a picture to me of that. I don't need a plaque with my name on it that says, "Thank you, Bob." Please, it's going to sit on the wall and it's going to catch dust. And you know what? It's going to help. It's nice, but do something. I always tell people, go out there and just make a difference, a little one. If it means that you pay for someone's food in Publix, if it means that, a kid's in an ice cream store and you buy them ice cream, do something. Do anything. Do something.
Be about it. Don't just say you're going to do something. Be about it.
And the actions always speak louder than the words.
We want to thank you, Bob, for coming.
Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. Are great.
I enjoyed our conversation with you when we, interviewed you at Slow Down, but this was really a good conversation to
Sorry,
have.
it was all over the place, but
No.
You just saw a sneak peek of my brain. I'm just everywhere.
I just started throwing stuff at you.
It's just everywhere. It's just fine. And then you said when we started this, was there anything off limits? And what did I tell you? No,
Nothing.
There's nothing
I
off
didn't
limits.
even get to ask any off.
Ask one
limit.
quick before we close. Ask one off limit.
I don't. Oh,
Ask one. What do you
Enya?
think? What do you
Why you
think?
put me on spot like that?
Ask me.
I mean, okay. Let me see. No, see you threw. Yeah, you can't put. Okay,
Do these people have a sense of humor out there? That listen to this podcast that have a sense of humor?
listen. So our
Okay.
podcast
Yeah.
is unedited,
Okay.
and we.
Majority of the time.
I would have.
No, I listen. If I
mean,
Go crazy.
we've only
like, if you're gonna ask me personal questions, I'm gonna say no. I never measured it, so I don't want to ask that kind of question. Is that the kind of question you want to ask?
No.
Oh, okay, I'm just curious.
No. I'm gonna
Edit that out, will you, Mr. Producer?
that one.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna. We had originally So we want to do a segment where we do spicy by Parlor Talk.
Okay.
And it's like a spicy question. And we were gonna try it out.
Hit it.
Lord.
Do it.
I don't even have. I had it. Do you have it? Did I send it to you?
Open your phone. It's okay. You can use your phone during the podcast. We won't penalize you. Go ahead, use it. Listen.
No, I actually have.
Here's the problem.
Hold on.
I'm going to be honest
Hold
with you.
that thought.
I'm going to be honest with you. Here's the problem.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to answer it honestly.
But that's what we're wanting.
I'm going to answer it honestly. I'm going to tell you the truth.
So while we're
Because
waiting.
you don't. Yeah, go ahead.
While we're waiting for her.
So these goodie bags too. Don't forget them.
Yes. And we got you a little.
Oh, cool.
Poster.
Oh, with my name on it. I love it. Thank you.
Yes,
Check that out. That's pretty cool.
Okay.
I like that. Thank you. So then we get these little goodie bags. You guys have stuff in there too. There's all kinds. We love the bag. We have chip clips for bags. Go ahead. Shoot.
All right. This is our new segment.
This is sex trivia on.
Spicy.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can spice it on Parlor Talk. All right.
Oh, I hate talking about this stuff.
Do you prefer to be on top or bottom? Explain.
I prefer to be on top because I have control. And there's a certain way when you're on top, if you know what you're doing, how to please your partner that most people don't know.
Okay.
If you want me to share it with you, I'll share it with you. But if not, I won't. So go
Wait,
ahead.
were you able to hear me? Because I didn't even have my mic closed. Okay.
What's your next question? Shoot.
No, that, see?
Shoot.
Okay, so we're going to have to come back. We're going to invite. Okay, so you are formally invited to come back to another episode of Parlor Talk.
I have no problem. I have no problem talking about anything.
Maybe we'll do a whole
I
spicy
am very
segment with
comfortable
Bob.
in my skin. Extremely comfortable. If you lived in this skin, I don't know, but I'm very comfortable. I'm very
love it.
complicated. I'm very complicated, and I got a lot of shit going on. So go ahead.
I love
I mean,
it.
the complication comes from being a tourist. So
No, the complication comes from having been linked to spirit since you're 12 years old, having been reading tarot cards since you're 12 years old, and doing all this stuff, and then growing through life with it and using it as a tool in your life to expand.
See,
That's why. That's why I got as successful as I am.
All
And
right,
I'm not gonna
so
lie.
we're definitely gonna invite you back.
Anytime.
I would love.
once we have all the graphics and
Yes, wait till wait until
I'm
we.
ready.
everything. Oh, I need
Eggplant.
the questions.
Eggplant and a
that
flame.
Yeah. Thank you guys for chiming in on Parlor
I'm
Talk.
sorry. Thank you
No,
very
you're
much.
fine.
This
I'm
has
Dee
gone off the
Dominguez.
rails, just so you know.
Bob is gonna be our next co-host of Parlor Talk.
Do you kiss and tell? Sure.
Anyway.
Swallow a spit.
Oh my God. This was so much fun. I told you guys this was going to be a fun episode. Please like, subscribe, and share. That is the only way that you can help us grow. We are looking for sponsors. If you are a business owner and you're trying to, support your Parlor Talk all-female podcast, community, women empowerment, this is the place to come.
Hold up.
Oh,
So for our sponsors, since now we officially do the shirts
okay.
and the coasters, if you sponsor with Parlor Talk, you will be getting a discount on a minimum order of 20 shirts. We
Okay.
can't do no more. We working. There's only 2 of us. So
Wait.
Yeah.
Okay. So, how about anybody who sponsors you guys? I'll give them a $100 gift certificate to the store to spend on whatever they want.
ooh,
Yeah, I heard it here. See
okay.
that? If you are a business owner, see, this is all about supporting our own community. It is one hand washing the other so that we can grow together.
One
But
hand-
that's
feeding.
that's for each sponsor, not just one time. So
Okay.
if someone says to you, they'll sponsor, give them the 100. If you get somebody else that says they'll sponsor, we'll give them 100 too.
All right. See?
Nice.
Love it. Yes, I love it.
And a free bottle of wine and a goodie bag.
Oh, see, you just keep adding stuff.
As well as your shirts and merchandise. This has been
She
an
started.
episode on Parlor Talk. This is Enya. Catch me on all social media platforms at Enya Phoenix. We're out.
Where do we find this? What's the address for this? Where do we
See you
find
guys.
this?
We'll see you next week. We're out.
Shit, I was supposed to know that before I got here. Sorry.
I can't. You too. Finish my pretzel. These are good.
They're really good.
I mean, you're gonna give some to Icey, right? Oh, okay, all right. 'Cause I
I feel kind of bad now.